This is the Journey Podcast Edition. If what you're building didn't come with a playbook, you're in the right place.
This audio recap is part of a 4-part series on stress testing your ideas. And really the basic premise of this is that you can potentially spend a lot of time endlessly chasing ideas that may or may not work. If you take a refined approach, though, and develop a process around innovation and around testing your new ideas, you end up saving a lot of time in the aggregate. Think of it this way. If you have 10 new ideas every year for your business and you chase down all of them, each of them takes 1 month to build, 1 month to measure the results for, and then 1 month to implement. You've got 30 months kind of worth of work for those 10 ideas. Now, if you have a process for stress testing, where you might say spend a week or two really kicking at the idea before you put it into production, before you try it out, and all of a sudden you find that 9 of those 10 ideas probably aren't viable. So you're going to spend on those 9 unviable ideas 18 weeks. Call it 4.5 months. And then on your one idea that is good, you're going to spend 3 months. So you've got something productive for your business in about a third the time already. That's the basic idea behind what we're going to talk about in these 4 posts. You've probably heard the phrase playing devil's advocate, maybe in a classroom, a strategy meeting, or even over drinks with a sharp-tongued friend. But when it comes to validating your business ideas, it's more than a rhetorical game. It's really a stress test. Today we're breaking down the Contrarian Method, a rapid, low-cost or no-cost approach to validating your ideas by challenging them before the market does. It's about purposefully inviting criticism, not to discourage you, but to make your thinking a little more bulletproof. So here's what you're going to need to do this. Quiet space where you won't be interrupted. Someone to play the devil's advocate. A smart, critical friend or a colleague who isn't afraid to poke holes in your ideas. A scribe, which can be an AI assistant if you want, who can document the session without distracting you from the conversation. So to run the session, here's what you'll do. Prepare a very simple explanation of your idea as if you're presenting it to someone totally unfamiliar with it. And in a perfect world, that person would be unfamiliar with the idea, the specifics anyway, but maybe they know a little bit about the topic so that they can participate more fully and more of an engaged way. Then you're going to meet with your devil's advocate and lay down some ground rules. So they're there to break the idea, not you. That's pretty important. Their criticism must be pointed at the idea, not the person, also very important. And the goal isn't to be right. It's to understand under what conditions the idea could work. So then you'll shut off distractions. Phones off, laptops closed. You'll present your idea clearly. Let them ask clarifying questions either as you go or at the end, whichever works better for you. Then turn it over and ask the question, why won't this work? Let the inquisition begin. Debate freely. Challenge each other, but respectfully. Challenge the underlying assumptions and your understanding of them. Conclude by reviewing the notes with your scribe and extract any key takeaways that come from the session. This method's fast, it's cheap, and it's powerful, but it does come with some caveats. It's only as strong as your devil's advocate. It's not going to be a replacement for customer validation, and it might bruise your ego. You've got to be okay with that, and you've got to be able to let go. As for using AI as your devil's advocate, be very cautious. While it can help sharpen your thinking, AI doesn't reason. It predicts text. It can assess feasibility with real-world nuance. So treat AI as a sparring partner for your rhetoric, not as your final judge. I personally find that an AI chatbot can be a little bit helpful when it comes to getting you used to the idea of playing devil's advocate, but not playing it for real, if that makes sense. Use this method to refine your assumptions. use it to pressure test your thinking, and most of all, use it early on, before you spend time or money on something that should have been challenged at the very start. And that's it for this podcast edition. Check out the link in the show notes for our companion long post with tools and downloads.
And that's it for this episode of the Journey Podcast Edition. If you're building something from scratch or scaling something messy, make sure to follow, share, or just send this to someone else in the trenches. Until next time, keep climbing.